Okay.
Okay, welcome to Facebook Ad Ideas. I am your Market Center Tech Trainer, Monica Perry, with Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and Chapel Hill, Keller Williams Market Centers. I'm so excited that you guys are either here with me or watching us out in YouTube land. So today we're going to go over Facebook ad ideas for when we don't have a listing. So if you've been at Keller Williams for any amount of time, you have seen us do Facebook ads that are on a listing that we just listed. We definitely do see the highest engagement with those ads, and we understand that not everybody has a listing currently that they can do an ad on. So I wanted to come to you guys with this class to show you there are so many other ideas that you guys can implement that will make fine ads for you to run. And I just wanted to make sure that I share those with you. I'm going to share this resource guide with everybody in the chat, and it will also be located in the YouTube description box below if you're watching us on YouTube. So I'm going to change this to anyone with the link, copy that, and drop it in the chat of the Zoom. There we go. So this is pretty much what we're going to be covering today. So one of the best things that we can use for running Facebook ads when we don't have our own listing currently is our website. So we can get so many things, pieces of content, either to run in a paid Facebook ad. You could also use them for posts, the free social media posting. You guys know if it's free, it's for me. But today we're going to focus specifically on Facebook ads. So we're going to go to our website. We're going to look at some of the things that we can do with it to give us content, one. Then we are going to look at designs that we can make to be the image of our Facebook ad. And last but certainly not least, and probably most importantly, we are going to look at the smart plans, which are our follow-up. So we've all heard that the fortune is in the follow-up. When we run these Facebook ads, before we ever hit publish, we need to make sure that we have a follow-up plan in place. You do not have to use smart plans. If you have your own follow-up plan and you have it all set up and you're comfortable with it, 100% go with that. I just like smart plans because they're a little bit more automated and I can set them to go off immediately when somebody clicks on my Facebook ad. And so then 1 week from today is Thursday, the 2nd. So 1 week from today on Thursday, we're going to go through the process of actually running the ad. So today we're getting the content ideas, getting ourselves prepared. And that way by next Thursday, when we come in to actually implement the ad, everybody should be ready to go, have their smart plan and follow up in place and ready to hit that publish button. So we're going to go ahead and take off. So using our website, we can show an ad for homes for sale within a certain city or a certain zip code or even a certain neighborhood, right? We can show recently reduced homes in a specific area. We can show luxury homes in a specific area, or one of my favorite, recently reduced luxury homes in a specific area. So if you're trying to break into that luxury market, this is a great way that you can do that. Homes with a pool, right? It's hot outside. I know I love my pool. So if somebody's looking for a home with a pool, you could run an ad on that. Another one of my favorites and something that I used to do a lot when I was actually selling back in the day, I didn't have Facebook that I could use it for though. I actually had to make door hangers. But why rent when you can buy is one of my favorites. So what this is going to require is a little bit of research on your part to actually know what rental prices are in a specific area. So I, for instance, know in my specific neighborhood that if you're looking to rent a home, it's going to be between $2,500 and $3,000. There really aren't that many of them. I'm just using it as an example. But you have to know that number. And in turn, you have to know what the mortgage would be on a home so that you can pick that grouping of homes and say, why rent when you can buy in 27104, for example? You know, these homes mortgages would be lower than the average rental cost in this specific area. So you would have to have that background data in order to run the ad. but a great ad nonetheless, because a lot of people just don't, it doesn't sink in with them that they're way overpaying for rent, right? Way overpaying for rent. Another idea that we can look at is neighborhoods. So I'm going to use Buena Vista as an example. I'm actually in Old Sherwood Forest. Yes, it is Buena Vista. If you live in Winston-Salem, it is not Buena Vista. I'm not saying it incorrectly. I am saying the way that people say it that live in there. So Buena Vista is across the street. For example, if you wanted to run an ad on homes that are for sale in a specific neighborhood or just the neighborhood in general, because you're trying to break into that market, that is something that we can look at too. Another one, everyone's always like, well, how can I attract listings? All that other stuff sounds like buyers, right? So how can I get listings? Well, you could run an ad that says now is the time to sell. Homes are selling for X amount over listing price in area X, right? So that is one of the ways that you could attract a seller. Also, probably running an ad for get your free, I'm just kind of coming up off the cuff here, get your free market analysis. Might be able to get some action that way. If I could spell analysis, that would be great. We got it. Okay, cool deal. And then also the ever trusty Keller Mortgage. So I'm going to show you guys that today too. So how do I get this content? Well, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to head over to our own website. So we're just going to type in our own website and go there. Okay. And I'm going to log out. I'm signed in as a consumer. I'm just going to be just on my generic website. So this is Monica's website. You can see me down at the bottom. So monicaperry.kw.com. You all have your own website that was provided to you by Keller Williams as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off with homes for sale in a certain city. So I'm just going to search Winston-Salem. No shade on other areas. It's just where I live. So it's what I'm used to using. So now that I search for Winston-Salem, it's going to draw an outline of my city, and it's going to show me all the listings that are for sale in Winston-Salem, right? So if I copy this link to my clipboard, and I'm going to head into designs in here. And so here is the design I made for homes for sale in Winston-Salem. Very simple. Simple is key. Not a lot of text on top of our designs that we're going to use for a Facebook ad because Facebook likes to kick those back at us. So I just took a very simple stock image that was in designs and put homes for sale in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's going to be the image on my Facebook ad, right? And so, like I said, we're going to look at how to actually run these ads next week because it's a little much to take in one class. But there's my image. I've got my link from my website. So just like Tuesday's class where I was showing you guys thoughts on scheduling out social media posts of all different kinds. And we talked about using like a note keeper type app to keep that kind of stuff in there. If you wanted to, you could open whatever your note keeping choice is in some person. My internet works fine until I'm teaching it for right now. Samsung Notes just wants to be taking too much bandwidth. But if you're planning out what you want to post over a span of time, like if you've decided that you want to post one ad every 2 weeks for the next 6 months in an attempt to get leads, I'm going to close down MLS for now. In my email. Okay. All right. Then I could just take that image and that link. We're spinning. We're spinning. I got to channel my inner Candy Dillard and tell myself to give it a little bit of grace.
That's good. I can make notes while you're spinning.
So we can go homes for sale in Winston-Salem. And then we can go, this is my link for my website, because that link's just going to stay live. That link is always going to take people to the search homes that are currently active in Winston-Salem, because that's what I searched. So that's where that link will take them. And then I can take my image that I made and download it. I like PNGs because they're higher quality. I can download it to my computer. And I can pop that right into my note-taking app of choice. And I can just come up with all the ideas that I want to and already have my content ready and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're a note taker or a note keeper, you could do it this way. Also, I always like to give people that option, but also it's in your designs library. So it's already going to be there anyway. And you can always just go to your website and run that search. So I just like to show people options. So that is how we would do that specific ad. So now let's reference back. That was just homes for sale in Winston-Salem. What about recently reduced homes? Okay, so we're going to head back here. We're already in the Winston-Salem search. So I could actually hit my more button and come down and click reduced in the last 7 days and turn it on. You're going to see the amount of listings change because those are the homes that have been recently reduced in the last 7 days, right? So then we can do the same thing. We're going to take this.
Looks like pretty much most of them that were listed have been reduced.
It pared it down a little bit. Let's see. Let's turn it off.
Yeah.
We're at 90 properties without. Oh, no. 524 properties. Yeah.
Optical illusion.
Optical illusion. But you see right here where it says we're showing 100 of 5.
Yeah, I see now.
So when I turn this on, it pares it down. But then you're hitting a specific market, right? The bargain hunter.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So, and what's great about this is that they can actually see the amount of reduction.
Yeah.
So I always make
that
in my ad, like that one went down 15, that one went down 31, 26, 25. So they can actually see, you know, the people that reduced by $100 to push themselves up into the search metrics. We can bypass that by seeing the actual amount of the reduction right there. So again,
this search is on our website.
Yep. I just went to my very own website and did this search.
I haven't dug around. I've been on Command a whole lot. I've messed around with your website. I haven't messed around with mine very much.
Yeah, definitely do that. And we're going to heavily explore that on day 3
of the boot camp.
Those videos are up from this, you know, from May. I keep saying it's not May anymore, Monica. They are up from May on my website.
Okay.
So if you want to kind of go in there and take a look through that, it shows you a lot of the stuff that we go.
Okay, great.
You can edit. So this one was homes for sale in Winston-Salem, this design, and pending that the internet's going to work with me. There we go. So now I have this one for price improved homes in Winston-Salem. So that would be the picture that I would use of my ad. Price improved homes in Winston-Salem. Here's the link. That's the ad, right? So that's what we're getting them to click on. So you can do it with all kinds of stuff. Last but not least, I'll show you the pool, which I love this one. I thought I had changed this image. Hold on. I got to change the image because I swore I did. Because I've got one that I really, really like because my dog does this. So I'll show you guys how to change the image. So all I did was take a square social media template that was already in Designs, right? I changed the verbiage on it. I changed the background picture. So I'm going to change this background picture again. I'm going to grab it. You see the blue box is around the image. So that's what I'm changing out. I'm going to go over to workspace images. I'm going to go to home exteriors because I know that somewhere here is this. That dog on the diving board. My dog does this and I think it's hilarious. So this is probably the image that I would use. So now I can download this image or it's going to get saved in my Designs and I'll be able to use it when I'm ready to run this ad. And don't forget, any of these ideas can also be done as a free social post. They don't have to be done as a paid ad.
Right. Okay.
Right. Just putting that out there. So if you just want to share it on Facebook, you can do that as well. Okay. So let's look at some others. I can go ahead and close this out. The homes with a pool, why rent when you can buy? We talked about that. You would have to have that kind of base knowledge to be able to come up with that list of homes. So let's just say that I found out that was, I'm going to take off this filter. Of course, to get the pool, you would just grab the pool right here under amenities. And this would be a list of homes in that area with a pool, right? That's a very small list.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how we would do that. I'm going to uncheck pool. So for
that makes sense.
Right. So then it's only showing them the ones with the pools. So I'm going to go to price. So maybe I know that average in my area is $300,000 to $400,000. So then I could say, here is a list of homes that you could buy for less than what you're renting it for in this area, right? So that's how you could do the rent versus buy. You would just get the image and say, why rent when you could buy on top of the image and make the picture. If you're looking for a little bit lower price point, you 100% can do that. I know that there's some more, heck, you could do it for condos. You could do it, I used to rent a condo before I lived in this house. So I was paying, I don't know, like $900 a month. I could have probably had that condo for $600 a month in a mortgage, right? So I'm just like throwing money in the garbage there. So that's definitely an ad that we can run there. Let's look at the neighborhood ones. So now we're going to head into my website and I'm just going to clear everything off. And just because I know that this neighborhood exists, I'm going to go ahead and look up Buena Vista in Winston-Salem. It's just going to take its sweet time. That's okay. We'll just let it do its thing. It's loading. It's loading. It's thinking. Close my Google Drive too. Close all my stuff because it's being slow. Let's see. Let's try this again. Oh, I definitely want to take all that off. That it was probably laughing at me saying, if you think you're going to buy a house in Buena Vista for that much money, you're crazy. Buena Vista. Hold on. It's just really weird. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it was being so strange. Nonetheless, over here on the side, you see the neighborhood page for Buena Vista. So I can open it up, right? And so you could take a screenshot of this map that's showing the outline of the homes there if you wanted to, and that could be your picture. And I'm going to show another example of a picture that you could use for this ad. But you can click this Explore Neighborhood button, and it takes the person that's looking into the neighborhood, and they're like, oh, okay, here's the average price of the home. Here's what people that live there say about the neighborhood. Here's a market snapshot, sold statistics, properties that are currently for sale in there, transit and commute times. And they're going to go, huh, what's that? So then if they go to search to see how long it would take them to get from their office to that neighborhood, it's going to force that registration on your website. So if this was free, a free social post, you would capture their information at that point. If it's an ad, you're going to capture their information as soon as they click. But nonetheless, they can search and try to get, how long it takes to get places. They have nearby schools showing. This is where I went to elementary school, Old St. Leo's. And my favorite, they have Yelp on there. So it shows them the restaurants that are nearby, bars, grocery stores, all that kind of stuff that is nearby to that neighborhood, nearby neighborhoods, right? And then they can contact us. So you could use this page. That is the Buena Vista page from my website. That could be the follow-up page. So when we're looking at running an ad, we have to give them a follow-up link. So when they click learn more, we got to let them learn more We have to give them somewhere to go. So this is where they would land, which is a part of our website. And then they could go, oh, well, you know, I want to look at what's 450. Let me click it. Sylvan Road, that's a cute road. And then they can start looking at this house and engaging and all that kind of fun stuff. So then they're getting to see what's happening in that neighborhood. So that one is a good one to run. Okay, so now is the time to sell homes you're selling for X amount over listing price in your area. For that, we would have to head into MLS. So we'll move away from the thought process of our website. We are going to head into Triad MLS. And depending on what you were looking for, I think I will go with a zip code. I'm going to go with my zip code and search. And I'm going to put stuff that's closed in the last 30 days. We'll start there. So 50 matches. So let me hit the results. So 50 homes have closed in 27104 for the last few days. So I have spent a lot of time in MLS. Mine probably looks a little bit different than yours because I use it for different stuff than you guys use it for. But if you didn't know, you can come in here so you can see the list price over here and contract dates, but you can't see the close price. So I'm actually going to change this by clicking in here. And I'm going to insert a column. And I'm going to search for closed price like that and click apply. I'm going to actually drag this column next to the listing price. And there we go. I can start seeing the difference for what it was listed for versus what it closed for, right? You can run reports down here with the statistics button. And it's only showing what you search, right? It's only showing your search results. And I can do close price versus list price ratios. So the reason I took the step to add that column in the beginning is because I want to see if it's even worth my time, right? Did they really sell for a lot more? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and generate this report and I'll get a little, you know, a little view. I just want to look at the data. So it looks like everything's closing, you know, for like 103 to 105% or 100% to 105%. So I could average that out or however I want to do it, right? But currently in May, it was at 104. So if you want real-time data, then that's what that ad could say. Homes in 27104 are closing for 104% of list price. To now is the time to sell. And you could run that ad in an attempt to grab people's attention to get them to list with you. Free market analysis, pretty obvious. Come up with a picture of a pretty house. Do you want to know what your house is worth? Target the area that you're looking to target. Offer a free market analysis. I've never seen that one run, or I'm sure it's been run, but I don't know the metrics on how many leads that actually gained. But what I've heard on some of the others is that they get around 30-ish leads per ad and a turnaround ratio of actual clients, like today clients, of about 1 in 50, right? And so that's running a $25 ad. Could you run it for more? Yes. But it doesn't mean that all those other leads won't turn into something. Maybe they're not pre-qualified yet. Maybe they have a credit issue. It gets you in front of more people, right? Millionaire real estate agent, marketing based, prospecting enhanced. Marketing is scalable. Put yourself in front of as many people as possible. Maybe they clicked on the house for their 30-year-old son that's moving back home from Colorado and he's not here yet. You don't know. So just because they don't answer you immediately, this is my segue into our smart plan. The fortune is in the follow-up. We don't know why they clicked. So don't immediately, because they don't answer you, say it's a bad lead. It's a bad lead. I don't have time for it, right? Don't do that. We're going to go into smart plans. I have published this smart plan. If you are in Winston-Salem, your market center number is 994. Take a note of that. If you are in Greensboro, your market center number is 509. And if you are in Chapel Hill, your market center number is 685. all of which I add to the end of every smart plan that I published. So when you go to smart plans, all you have to do is search your market center number, and anything I publish for you guys is there. Okay. So this smart plan lasts for 31 days. What I did to create this smart plan is I went and looked at all the best. Marty Miller. I think I looked at one of Zach Younger's. I think I looked at Nick Baldwin's. I just looked at all of the most popular Facebook follow-up smart plans. What did I like about them? What didn't I like about them? And then I cultivated mine. Does that mean mine's great? No, it doesn't. You don't have to use mine. You can make your own. You can use Nick's, or you can use whoever else's smart plan that you want to use. But I do put these in here for you guys. So day one, they clicked the Facebook ad. It captured their information. I have the ad set up to automatically trigger this smart plan. Okay. So if they click on my ad at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I get notified in the command app that I got a new lead, or I see it on my desktop up here in the bell icon that I got a new lead, or I see it in my email, which I closed because the internet was bogging me down. Let me pull this off camera so that I don't expose anyone's personal information, and pull up that list. Command leads. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, so you will see new lead received. It'll have that person's name. So you're going to get all of those different notifications. You're going to get one in the app, you're going to get an email, and you're going to see it in the bell icon on your command desktop app, desktop experience, right? So you're going to get notified. But what if you're out showing properties at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? In a perfect world, when that lead clicked, we'd be able to pick up the phone. I gave you a script, right? It's right there in the smart plan. But what if we're out showing properties? What if we're at our son's baseball game? What if we're doing something important with family and we can't call them back right now, right? So simultaneously, when I get tasked to make that phone call, it's also going to send them an email, okay? It's going to say whatever I need the subject to say. It's going to depend on what my ad is, right? So if my ad is buyer-based, the subject is, are you looking for a home, okay? What you need to remember with my smart plan, with anyone else's smart plan, is that you need to go through, read it, and edit it to make sure that it's right. I did my best to make everything like red or, be sticking out to you. So if you're like me, you may have forgotten which home, which ad, what you clicked on, right? Make sure you edit it. Here is a link to, that's that website link that we gave them, right? Homes with pools, recently reduced homes, whatever it is. So you want to make sure that you fill in what it was. Here's the link to the recently reduced homes in Winston-Salem, and then you paste the link in there, right? If you're interested in seeing other properties for sale, please check out my website. So you need to put your website in there, just your generic website, so that they can search, right? This is designed to give you information about the homes in your area, blah, 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 blah. In mine, it says Triad area. If you're in my Chapel Hill office, you want to change that to say Triangle area, right? So those are the things that you need to be looking out for, because you might be downloading somebody from Texas's smart plan. So go through, look at it before you publish it, okay? So from there, you can mark your favorites, blah, 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 blah. Now this app link is the teal merge field. So this actually will fill your app link in for you, right? So just make sure that you guys know the difference. That's why I tried to make my stuff red so that you would see the difference. If it's teal and it's got the little brackets around it, it's a merge field. So like agent first name, agent last name is going to fill in for you, but you need to enter your phone number and your email, because we don't have a merge field for that yet. Remember, our technology is growing. Every single day, our technology is getting updates. Every single day, right? It's going to continue. I always tell you guys to think about command like your phone. It would be really weird if your iPhone just stopped getting updates and Apple was like, oh, it's good. It's good to go. You don't need anything else. We all know that's not going to happen. That's why they come out with a new iPhone every year, because they're making it better, right? So that's what we're going to continue to do as well. So we don't have those merge fields now, doesn't mean we won't get them in the future. Next step is going to be a text. So it's going to delay for 1 day. So day 1, it's the phone call if I'm able. If they click on this at midnight, y'all, I'm not calling. Sorry. So it's going to get the email. I'll call them in the morning. If I'm at my son's baseball game or my daughter's basketball game, again, I'm not calling them. I will call them when the game is over, right? But at least I know that they're going to get the email. The reason I don't like to do the text message as the first step is because Twilio, which is our third-party text messaging app, right? They don't fire text in the middle of the night. So if the text was my first step, that person would get 0 touches immediately. That's why I chose to do the email instead. Okay. So next day, it's going to send them a text that says, hi, contact first name. This is agent first name, last name with Keller Williams. Obviously, I put Keller Williams because I don't know what your office is called. I mean, I know what my 3 offices are called, but if someone across the country wanted to use this, so, you would change it to Keller Williams Realty Elite. If you're in Winston-Salem, Keller Williams United, if you're in Chapel Hill, or Keller Williams One, if you're in Greensboro, right? I'm just following up on the home you showed interest in. So again, you need to make sure that you go through, because if this was my homes with pools, I'm just following up on the homes that you showed interest in on Facebook. I would love to help you take advantage. We probably need to take historically low interest rates out now. I made this when they were like 3-4%. We'll just say low interest rates, because right now they're not historical, right? So there we go. Do you have a few minutes to chat? Delay 2 days. It's going to send them another one, right? This is about Keller Mortgage. Get your personalized Keller Mortgage link and enter it here. So I'm going to break here and go show you guys where to get that, because another ad idea is about Keller Mortgage, right? So if you've never gone, go to Keller Mortgage agent portal. If you don't want to use Keller Mortgage, then don't, right? Take that email out of the smart plan. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I like Keller Mortgage because they saved me $800 a month. So I like them and I like my dude there, and I will continue to use them, or at least offer my clients that service, right? So you can go to the Keller Mortgage, it's portal.kellermortgage.com. And I set mine up 2 years ago, so I'm not really sure what the process is now, but they know that you work for Keller Williams. So I'm sure that you have to like enter your name or your Keller Williams user ID or something. And you can see I'm logged in as me already by default up at the top. But one thing that we have here under KM settings is this personal Keller Mortgage link, okay? It's even got a QR code, so if you want to put that on something, right? I'm going to copy this. So that is what would go in this step of the smart plan, right? Visit my personal link here. I would paste my personal link here. You would paste your personal link there, right? And when they click it, it's going to take them to your personalized Keller Mortgage website. It's got your name. If they click on, I want to buy a home, that Keller Mortgage officer that gets it is going to know that you were the reason that they clicked on the link, because it's coming through your page. Does that make sense? So if you want to use that step, great. If you don't want to, that's okay, right? You can just delete this step of the smart plan with the little gray X right at the bottom corner of the smart plan. So then I give them a little bit of a break, a little 5-day delay from not hearing from me. Obviously, if they have answered me in these first 3 days, I'm going to take them off of the smart plan and put them on something else, or just start having conversations with them, right? This is for those people that don't answer you. Doesn't mean we stop offering, but I don't want to spend my time having to individually go through and email 40 people. I don't know about y'all. I don't want to do that. So if they're not answering me, this is just going to keep firing, right? Now, today it's going to remind me to make a call. It's been 5 days. I'm going to call them. There's a little script in here of a voicemail to leave, whatever you want to leave. It's going to delay a day, then it's going to send them another email, right? Then it's going to delay 4 days. Then it's going to text them to remind them to download my app. Then it's going to delay a day. Then it's going to tell me to call them again. Then it's going to delay a day. Then it's going to send them the email of work with me as your buyer's agent. If this was your listing ad, if you're trying to get listings, change the email to the seller side, right? That's why it's important to go through the smart plan and do it. So if you needed to change it, you could just hit the 3 dots, edit the design. I lied to you. Click the 3 dots and select new design. And we have all these KWRI templates that they provided to us. These happen to be some of the first, so we need to load more and get down to the bottom. The more you explore in here, the more you'll know where stuff is, just like I do. So there's the work with me seller. So if this was a seller focused ad, I would want to change this, right? To the seller ad, to the seller email, and then click save, and then click X, and then click save. And now that email step is the seller one, the seller facing email. Okay. Delay, text, delay, email, delay, right? Touch. This says make sure to add a neighborhood. So if my ad was based on Buena Vista, their contact would have automatically been made for me in command when they clicked on my ad. This is a reminder for me to go into that contact, look at what they clicked on. So when we're looking at our Facebook actual implementation next week, you will see that you can automatically tag the people. So mine would say like Facebook ad for Buena Vista, right? So then I would know that that's what they clicked on, right? So I need to go into that contact and make sure that I add a neighborhood to the contact, because it's going to delay. And then it's going to put them on the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, which is going to go forever and ever and ever and ever. People that set me up on their neighborhood nurture smart plans 2 or 3 years ago, I still get them. And every time I'm like, yeah, because you're continuing to reach out to people. People will forget you sell houses. If these people weren't ready to buy now, but they're ready to buy in 6 months, and you stop talking to them, they're going to take it to the interwebs and look up something that rhymes with pillow and get the first agent that pops up. But if you've been reaching out to them consistently every 2 weeks with pertinent neighborhood information that you have to do no work for, you're the first person they're going to think of, right? So you have to add the neighborhood in order for the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture smart plan to work. So there's a task to remind you to do it. So just make sure that you do it, okay? If you aren't good at getting your task done, maybe increase your delay so that you make sure you give yourself time to get it done, okay? And then it's going to automatically put them on that smart plan. And that one looks like, we'll just do a quick flip to Dakota's email. Anybody who's watching who doesn't know, Dakota is my dog. He is under my feet right now, and he has his own email. And so does his sister, Sasha. And they're my wonderful, wonderful test subjects for all things real estate. So here's Dakota's email. Dakota is on a monthly neighborhood nurture. Probably best for me to just search monthly. Boom. So he gets it monthly. There's also a bi-weekly, which is the one in this ad, because I want higher touch rates with these leads, right? This is just for somebody you know. So this is what that person's going to get. Here's what's happening in this neighborhood, right? It's never going to stop. They're going to get it forever and ever unless they unsubscribe from it, which most people won't, because people are voyeuristic by nature and they want to look at houses. So make sure that you add the neighborhood. Then it's the last email that says, I set you up with some neighborhood alerts. I wanted to make sure you were receiving those and that they were pertinent, right? If not, let me know and I'll adjust the search, right? So this just goes on and on and on for 30 plus days. The final email says, it looks like now might not be the time for you to buy a home. No worries. I just want you to know that when you're ready, I'm here, right? Please consider me your resource for all things real estate, not just purchasing or selling, right? If you need advice on your home, if you need a list of trusted providers, right? So this just goes on and on forever. This is the most important part of running a Facebook ad. Content is easy. Making a picture is easy, right? Internet leads require high touches. So above all else, whatever your follow-up plan is, get it in place before next Thursday when we're going to come back together and actually run this ad, right? We're going to run an actual ad. I'm going to run it through my account, and whoever, I'll probably cultivate the leads myself, and then I'll just refer them out to you guys, okay? So any questions on what we covered? I'm going to put this in the description box of the YouTube video so you have the ideas, but just remember it's a combination of what am I going to post, going to my website if that's what I'm using as my website to get the link for what I'm going to post, creating the design, getting the smart plan ready. Oh, one quick thing. I'm going to save this smart plan. Say you do decide to run one ad for 10 days every 2 weeks for the next 6 months to get leads, right? Let me go backwards. It's not like you have to recreate this every time. Okay. So now that I have it made, obviously you would have customized it a little bit more to yourself than I did. I have it generic since I have it published to you guys. But all you would do is when you're like, okay, I'm ready to run my next ad, you would just find your Facebook Smart Plan, come over to the 3 dots, click make a copy, and then say that this one is actually going to be like, I don't know, homes with pools in Winston-Salem. And I'm going to click apply. And now I have the same steps. I just need to go in and make the edits, like change the links, change the verbiage, change it to say Winston-Salem instead of Greensboro, whatever I need to change, right? But I don't have to like recreate every step. I just make a copy. Does that make sense? Cool deal. All right, now questions. Good? Great? Awesome. All right, I'm going to stop this recording. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get notified of all my future uploads. And I hope you all have a great day.